Now, can I just interrupt? We're going to come back and talk about this guy, the character Don Brodka, played by
Lawrence Tourney.
Lawrence Tourney.
Okay, if you don't want to hear about Lawrence Tourney, you should turn this off right now, because the next 5 minutes are going to be nothing but Lawrence Tourney talk. Okay, as we've said in a number of episodes, commentaries, we didn't go for the glamorous movie stars when we were running the show. We went for the old grizzled men with the really distinctive voices.
And Lawrence Tourney,
Arlie Ermey and whatnot. Lawrence Tourney is the king of them all.
He was actually banished from Hollywood for a long time. He was a guy who was not a film noir, played a very tough guy, because he went, in real life, he was such a mean cuss. Even 50 years ago, people didn't want to work with him.
That's amazing, because you have to be really bad to get kicked out of Hollywood, considering what they let you get away with. He was kicked out of Hollywood. His most famous role was Dillinger, and he starred as John Dillinger in a B movie about John Dillinger in the 40s, and he's in a lot of old gangster movies, playing a real hard-boiled gangster. Then what happened is he sort of had a rebirth thanks to Quentin Tarantino in Reservoir Dogs, and you'll recall he's basically the ringleader in Reservoir Dogs. And
he's the guy who goes, "You're not going to be Mr. Black.
We don't need your wise guy. You want to wisen off." He talks like that. And we've basically done an impression of Lawrence Tourney every day since we met him on this thing. And because he's dead now, we can get away with telling you the real true story.
This was the craziest guest star experience we ever had. It was a rainy day. A limousine had to pick him up because he's an old guy. He doesn't drive. He gets out of the limo, and the driver says, "I'm not coming back. I'm not driving this guy home," and just drives away. He just reached a limo ride to the Simpsons soundstage. He was in such trouble that a limo driver in LA couldn't stand him, and he just drove off.
Then he came downstairs into the recording room, and he was, and one of the PAs was opening his lunch, and you heard a little tiny crinkle of plastic, and he's like, "Shut up, we're trying to rehearse over here."
He's like, "I'm trying to rehearse with the director. What's that sound?" And so
then he said, "I want to do the whole thing in a Southern accent," and he had this Southern accent. He worked.
And it was like really bad. We were like, I don't remember how we. The whole process was talking him out of bad ideas and also trying to explain to him.
He's a very intimidating guy, even at age 80. This guy looks like a mountain. And if you've ever seen our show Mission Hill, Gus, the character, the mean old bald gay man, is Lawrence Tourney. It looks like Lawrence Tourney, and it's the same voice.
It was based on us never being able to forget this incident.
Well, you know, I think if you know us or any Simpsons writers, really, most of us are all huge nerds. And us being nerdy guys, this incredibly intimidating man mountain comes in and it starts bossing everybody around. It was terrifying, but fun at the same time.
Also, while Bill and I were sitting at one table, while always the guest star sits over in the recording section, and Bill and I were talking, like, "What are you talking about? I want to know what you're saying to the other guy. Now, what's that guy saying?"
It was crazy. And then that really strange joke about him calling up and pretending to leave a message, sounding like he's talking to the Simpsons, but he's actually leaving a message. He didn't get that at all, and it's a very meta joke, and he's a very old school guy, and Josh had to talk him through it word by word, line by line.
We tried to explain the joke, that didn't work, so I finally said, "Forget it, we're going to insert Marge lines in there." The Marge line's already in there, so I made up these Marge lines as if she were actually talking to him on the phone. It's like, all right, well, that makes sense.
Anyway.
Our condolences to the entire Cheney family. That's fine, man.
Now, again, I don't want to say, I thought he did a pretty good job in this performance.
Yeah.
And he did a terrific job in Reservoir Dogs. I think it's one of the most memorable performances of all time. And so he certainly delivered what we wanted him to deliver, and he just sort of upset the apple cart in terms of the normally staid, nerdy Simpsons lifestyle.
Right. However, and I will say he's one of my favorite characters that we
Absolutely.
had, so.
And in fact, we like him so much that we still do impressions of him almost every day, and we made a whole character in our show.
That's right.
I still draw him in crowd scenes. I thought he was a great character.